Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are decoding a truly fascinating visionary monologue by creator Bin Danda Das. It's this incredible journey that bridges ancient spiritual philosophy with the totally gritty, ambitious world of independent filmmaking. We're going to explore how one individual is setting out to capture the very essence of human consciousness. And get this, he's doing it using nothing more than a camera and a totally revolutionary state of mind. Friends and enemies don't exist. It's all a game of my eyes and mind. That right there, that is the absolute cornerstone of the speaker's entire philosophy. He operates on this profound belief that what we actually perceive as reality is just an illusion. You might recognize this from ancient philosophy as Maya. Basically, he suggests that if you strip away all your reactions, your desires, and your constant need to respond to the world around you, all those external conflicts just vanish. It's entirely a mental projection. People get so trapped making judgments, labeling someone as good or bad, a friend or an enemy. But he argues that these are literally just roles in a game that most of us don't even realize we're playing. So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll unpack the illusory world and this game of life. Then, we'll define what the speaker uniquely calls the quantum world. Third, we'll ground those abstract ideas in the Mumbai dream and cinema. Fourth, we'll tackle good, evil, and consciousness. And finally, we'll wrap up with a soul's final quest. Section 1. The Illusory World, Game of Life. To really grasp this worldview, we first need to understand the environment our speaker believes we're navigating every single day. He describes the physical world we wake up in as a temporary, highly deceptive game. It's this mesmerizing setup designed to pull you in and make you completely forget your true nature. According to the source material, most people are just totally entangled in this illusion, running endlessly after things that, in the grand scheme, don't matter at all. They have no idea there's actually an exit door to this maze. And the contrast he draws is incredibly stark. Mo, which means emotional attachment and desire, is a fatal trap. If you're making life decisions based on attachment to this illusory world, your spiritual ruin is pretty much guaranteed. But if you use your buddhi, your true intellect and wisdom, to navigate these illusions, you don't just survive. You're granted a completely new life. It's a boon, a total rebirth of perception that finally frees you from the game. Section 2. The New Thought of Quantum World. Okay, so if wisdom is the key to escaping the illusion, where exactly do you go once you've unlocked that door? Well, for this creator, the destination has a very specific and, I think, highly intriguing name. When the speaker talks about the quantum world, he is absolutely not talking about standard quantum physics or particle mechanics in some laboratory. Scratch that. He has completely repurposed the term to describe a profound shift in human perception. It is a state of elevated consciousness. He views it as the ultimate science of life, but simplified and translated for the everyday person, allowing you to finally see right through the deceptive layers of the world. It's a mental space where you see things as they truly are, recognizing the dualities of life without being consumed by them. Entering this quantum world is, frankly, a completely transformative experience. You finally understand the underlying truth of life. You just naturally grasp and embody goodness. It cultivates a really deep sense of devotion, or bhakti, and aligns you with dharma, which is your righteous duty. And according to the speaker, living in this state acts like an impenetrable shield. It empowers you to defeat negative forces, not by going out and fighting them physically, but by transcending them entirely. Once those negative forces are neutralized, that is when true liberation begins. Section 3. The Mumbai Dream and Cinema. So, how does a visionary actually share such a massive abstract revelation with the rest of us? Well, this is where abstract spiritual philosophy collides head-on with grounded, real-world ambition through the medium of cinema. He's not just sitting around dreaming. He has a rock-solid, concrete plan to turn his vision into a feature film. Step 1. Save up and arrange his own funds for a full year. Step 2. Travel straight to Mumbai, the iconic city of dreams, which he feels is literally the only place this project can truly come to life. Step 3 involves casting a female actor to serve as a vital counterpoint in his narrative. And step 4 is the technical execution, getting his hands on the right editing machine to process his massive creative output. He is dead set on building this quantum world on screen so audiences can experience it firsthand. And the methodology he outlines for this? It is captivating. It's a raw, guerrilla-style approach to filmmaking. He talks about traveling on a simple 15-day tourist ticket, armed essentially with nothing but his camera and his vision. But even more fascinating is his approach to the script itself. He believes that because his consciousness has evolved to this quantum world state, He simply doesn't need to write down rigid lines. Instead, he's going to hold the script entirely in his mind, and organic, unscripted dialogues will just naturally flow from his tongue. It's a completely spontaneous, spiritually driven technique for acting and directing. It relies 100% on a prepared mind rather than words on a page. Section 4. Good, Evil, and Consciousness. Now, this completely unique approach to art is entirely fed by his worldview. And that brings us to how the filmmaker believes our own internal moral compass directly dictates the physical reality we live in. He asks a very direct question: do you want to see good or evil? It sounds super simple, right? But the speaker poses this as the ultimate test of human agency. He is directly challenging his audience, and us, by extension, to take real responsibility for our perception. Just think about the weight of that choice for a second. Because to him, this choice isn't just metaphorical, it's entirely literal. If you choose to focus on evil, you are literally painting your reality with negativity. You get trapped in this dark, oppressive world that you've essentially made for yourself. But on the flip side, if you consciously choose to see good, if you're constantly affirming the positive and just flat out refusing to engage with the negative, you elevate your consciousness. You literally change the colors of the world around you just through the sheer power of your perception. And the results of this elevated perception? He calls it a world that is no less than heaven. By adopting the mindset of the quantum world, you don't actually need to die to reach paradise. And you don't need to physically rearrange every brick and stone on Earth to make it better. By simply changing your internal state to one of pure goodness and detachment, you transform your earthly everyday reality into something heavenly. It's an incredibly empowering way to look at your personal reality. Section 5. A Soul's Final Quest. So, as we bring together his spiritual awakenings and his cinematic ambitions, we finally reach the ultimate resolution of our speaker's journey. Professionally speaking, his goals are massively ambitious. He plans to take this indie guerrilla shot film, a film made by an ordinary guy with just a camera and a profound idea, and submit it to huge platforms like the International Film Festival of India and the Mumbai International Film Festival. He desperately wants the masses to experience this new world. To him, his art isn't just entertainment. It's a vital tool to trigger a mass awakening, offering people a totally new lens through which to view their own lives. Yet despite all these grand worldly ambitions, the speaker remains deeply, profoundly detached from his own ego. He explicitly states that his physical identity, his name, his face, the fact that he was born 35 years ago, is completely meaningless. What actually matters is his intellect, his understanding, and his ability to maintain absolute self-control over his senses. He just flat out refuses to be defined by the physical avatar he happens to inhabit in this illusory game. I am a soul. When I understand this world, I will leave it playfully. I mean, what a perfect summary of a true visionary. He is out there making films, traveling to Mumbai, and actively engaging with the world. But he fundamentally knows he is just a soul visiting this quantum world to understand it. Once that learning is complete, there is absolutely no fear of death or loss. He fully intends to exit the game with joy, laughter, and a totally playful spirit, knowing he has fully mastered the illusion. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this. Have you recognized the illusions in your own game of life? Are you stuck reacting to friends and enemies? Or are you ready to step back, use your wisdom, and maybe enter your own version of the quantum world? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. Keep questioning your reality, keep seeking the truth, and always stay curious. Catch you next time.